Hi, this is Dr. Peter Kluponis with Integrity Counseling Services, and again today we are interviewing our spiritual director, Jennifer Lindner, to find out more about spiritual direction and how it can help us. So, in today's video, we're going to talk about spiritual direction for teens. Many people may think of spiritual direction as only for adults, but teenagers can also benefit from spiritual direction. So Jennifer, what are some of the issues and the reasons why a teen might want spiritual direction or could benefit from spiritual direction?
Again, I think very similar to why adults might be seeking spiritual direction. Obviously, a younger person is at a different part of their journey, their faith journey. But particularly for a kid who is maybe inquiring about their faith more, or comes from a devout family, already committed to their faith, but wants to go deeper in their connection with God and their encounter with the Lord, these sessions can be very helpful.
Good. And I can also see it being helpful for someone who's going through a lot of struggles. Teens go through so much today in our culture. They get so many messages thrown at them all the time. Spiritual direction can give them that firm foundation to stand on with their faith. Understanding that God has a plan for their lives, and that no matter how chaotic life can be, God's still in control.
Right.
And He still cares and He loves them and wants them to have a great life.
Yes, and of course, again, with teenagers asking similar questions to adults, but not having necessarily the life experience or the breadth of understanding. These discussions of where is God in all of this, and how is He moving in your heart and your mind? How do you discern the right next step to take? These conversations can be very helpful.
And I could see how spiritual direction can complement counseling very well for teenagers, because let's say they're going through a really tough time in their life. Maybe they lost a parent. Maybe mom and dad are going through a divorce. Maybe a good friend of theirs has committed suicide. And they're really struggling with these issues, and they're wondering, where is God in all of this? And spiritual direction can help them with that, especially maybe if they're angry with God.
Right. All kinds of tools that can be complementary to counseling or therapy.
Yeah.
Yes.
I also think that sometimes spiritual direction can be a good segue into counseling. So, for example, let's say you have a teen who's really struggling, but they're just not ready for counseling. They don't want to do it, but maybe speaking to a spiritual director is a little easier for them, maybe a little less threatening. And then by getting to know what it's like to talk to someone one-on-one, then they can also then be ready for counseling.
Right, it can be a good starting place, and also a good starting place to, again, discern what the issues are that you're wrestling with.
Exactly. Now, in counseling, obviously, we have strict laws and rules and policies about confidentiality. What are some of those policies that you have as a spiritual director?
Very similar to counseling and therapy. In Pennsylvania, at the age of 14, the sessions are considered confidential. But as mandated reporters, we, like therapists and counselors, are mandated to report if the child is threatening or we're worried about harm to himself or someone else.
Exactly. So we do follow those laws and those rules. So for those who think that their teen can benefit from spiritual direction, or maybe a teen is watching us now, this is a service that is open to any teenager that really wants to work on deepening their relationship with God, understanding Him a little bit better, and even just working through some of life's challenges. So we're here to help. So, all right, thank you very much for joining us today. We will have more videos on this topic of spiritual direction. So until then, God bless.